Okay, hello. Good day again. This is the second part of our fundamentals of criminal investigation. So we will proceed to the qualities of the good investigator. So first part, nalaman natin bakit importante ang fundamentals of criminal investigation. So ngayon, nalaman din natin yung mga definitions o yung mga stages. So in this second part, punta tayo sa qualities of good investigator. The qualities of the good investigator. So ito yung qualities of a good investigator. So not all police officer daw or the investigator is fit for detective and investigative works. Bakit? So kasi kailangan natin malaman na when you are investigating a crime or you are a criminal investigator, dapat may characteristics ka na wala sa ibang mga police officer. Bakit? Kasi hindi basta-basta ang criminal investigation. Or before ka ma-assign sa investigation, so kailangan may qualities ka na gaya nito: intellectual, emotional, and physical characteristics. So bakit? I-discuss natin ngayon. First, intellectual. Investigators must be able to sort out facts from fictions. So, kailangan nila malaman ano yung facts or katotohanan at hindi yung fiction lamang. Di ba? Dealing with various kinds of information. So, he must learn how to use inductive and deductive reasoning. Ano yung inductive and deductive reasoning? When we talk about deductive reasoning, so actually nakita ko itong deductive reasoning nung college days ko pa. Ito yung ginagamit ni Detective Conan, di ba? Sino yung nanonood ng Detective Conan? So ito yung ginagamit ni Detective Conan, yung deductive reasoning. So, when we talk about deductive reasoning, ito yung reasoning or logical process of elimination. So, meaning ma-eliminate mo ano yung fictions from facts. Diba? So, ginagamitan ang investigation ng reasoning para ma-eliminate yung fiction at makita yung facts or katotohanan lamang. So, ganito. May mga may mga victim or mga witness na nagbibigay ng mga informasyon na talagang hindi makatutuhanan, di ba? So, as an investigator, kailangan malaman natin 'yan. So, ito yung ginagamit, deductive and inductive reasoning. When we talk about deductive, from general concepts or ideas to specific one. Yan yung deductive. When we talk about inductive reasoning, from specific ideas and from specific ideas or concepts to general ideas or perspectives. So ito yung differentiation nila, inductive and deductive. So meaning, when you talk about deductive, nag-focus siya in the first place sa general idea. Saka naman siya pupunta sa specific concepts or ideas. Kung totoo ba itong sinasabi ng witness or ng mga victim o ng suspect. So ito 'yon. When we talk about naman sa inductive, nagpo-focus ang investigator sa specific concepts na nakita niya through mga physical evidence or mga testimony sa witness and suspects or victims, at saka sa magpo-proceed sa general. So inductive is specific to general, while ang deductive reasoning is from general to specific. So ito 'yon, reasoning. So kailangan may characteristics na intellect ang good investigator, di ba? Then sunod, ito yung emotional or psychological. When you talk about emotional or psychological, dapat may quality ang investigator na ganyan. Bakit? Marami kasing cases or mga crimes na that will involve emotional, that will involve the psychological and emotional aspect of the investigator. Bakit? May mga crime kasi na, for example, rape. Ni-rape niya yung bata, di ba? So, as a human being, it is our instinct na baka magalit tayo, baka maawa tayo sa bata, di ba? So, may mga ganyang mga kwan. Kung magalit tayo, as criminal investigator, pag magalit ako sa suspect, posible patay ko yung suspect kasi bata yung ni-rape eh. So, ganyan, may kailangan strong sa emotional and psychological aspect yung criminal investigator. Diba? Kasi yung kasi disadvantage kung weak emotional and psychological aspect yung criminal investigator or law enforcement, ang disadvantage niya is baka ma-manipulate siya. Madala lang siya sa mga emotional appeal or emotional na manipulation ng victim ba or ng suspect ba or ng witness ba. Kailangan as investigator, kailangan with strong emotional and psychological aspect. May strong emotional and psychological aspect. Ganyan to, di ba? Physical characteristics. Ano itong physical characteristics? So, importante din itong physical characteristics sa good investigator. Bakit? Kung sa investigation kasi, when you are investigating, mahirap kasi ito na bagay, di ba? Di ba, nagsabi si Hans Gross na yung investigation is kung napakahirap kasi kailangan ka mag-strive hard, di ba? Para makuha yung para magawa mo ng proper ang investigation. So, kailangan hindi ka madaling magkasakit ito when you are investigating a crime. Kasi maraming it has long hours. Kailangan maka-adapt ka ng, you have the ability and maka-adapt sa long hours of working sa field. So, ito yung ginagawa ng criminal investigation, di ba? So, kaya nang sinabi ko, si Hans Gross ba yung nagsabi na sa investigation daw, dapat may 95% perspiration ka. Dapat tutulo, hindi lang ang dugo, pati yung mga lahat ng fluid sa body mo. Kasi this a long hours of working in the field. When you work long hours in the field, siyempre maraming mga posibleng mangyari sa'yo, di ba? Posibleng magkasakit ka or di ba? Hindi natin alam. So, kailangan yung physical characteristics ng investigator is strong. Dapat din. Hindi naman to importante yung physical characteristics, but qualities. We talk about qualities. Ito yung good investigator na dapat niya i-achieve. Then, punta tayo sa goals of criminal investigation. What are the goals of criminal investigation? First, the criminal investigation has the following generally accepted objectives. So, ito yung mga objectives ng criminal investigation. First is to determine whether or not a crime has been committed. Siyempre, kaya yung sinabi ko kanina, detection. Yung criminal investigation is reactive. Meaning, mag-ooperate ang criminal investigation na mechanism ng law enforcement agency pag may nakumit ng crime. So, kung walang nakumit na crime, so, hindi mag-ooperate yung criminal investigation. Diba? So, the first objectives is to determine whether or not a crime has been committed. Kung may krimen ba na nakumit or nangyari. Diba? Second is to identify and arrest the suspect. Third is to provide the prosecution with evidence necessary to support conviction. Then, to recover stolen property. So, ito yung pinaka-bottom line. To provide the prosecution with evidence necessary to support conviction. So, sa objectives of criminal investigation, ito yung pinaka-importante. So, ito yung goals of criminal investigation. Diba? So, dito tayo sa early contributors. Sino yung mga nag-contribute sa criminal investigation? Ito si Eugene Francois Vidocq. A former convict who became the head of SURIT, which was recognized at the time as France's premier detective agency. So, he is credited for his effective use of criminals to catch criminals. So, itong si Eugene Vidocq o Vidocq, siya yung gumawa ng principles or siya yung nag-state na it takes a thief to catch a thief. So, ito yung contribution niya. So, nagamit din ito ngayon sa intelligence, which is part of the criminal investigation. So, to gather information, siyempre, may kasabihan tayo, hindi mo makukuha ang magnanakaw pag hindi mo ginagamit ang kanyang kapwa magnanakaw. So, ito yung contribution niya ni Eugene Vidocq. It takes a thief to catch a thief. So, gumagamit siya ng criminals para makatch yung ibang criminals. So, ito yung ginagamit din ng principles ng intelligence ngayon. Intelligence operation. Then, second is si Henry and John Fielding. Si Henry Fielding, di ba? Was a traveling magistrate of England who established the world's first uniform police force in Bow Street. Di ba? Also known as runners. So, siya yung nag-contribute ng mga Bow Street runners. Or thief takers. Excuse. They conduct patrol and respond to reported incidents. So, ito yung development ng patrolling noon. So, mga Bow Street runners. So, when this personality, when Henry died, he was replaced by his brother, itong si John Fielding. So, for your information, si John Fielding is blind or hindi makakita or bulag. So, siya yung nag-continue sa legacy ng kanyang brother na si Henry Fielding. So, siya yung naging head ng Bow Street Runners noon. So, itong Bow Street Runner, ito yung naging model para magawa ni Sir Robert Peel. Siyempre, alam naman natin sino yung si Sir Robert Peel. Siya yung father of modern policing, di ba? So, dito niya kinuha ang kanyang London Metropolitan Police na principles sa Bow Street Runners, di ba? So, other terms sa Bow Street Runners is thief takers. Kumukuha sila ng magnanakaw, sila yung direktang humuhuli talaga sa ng magnanakaw noon. So, ito yung contribution niya sa investigation. Then, itong si Edmond Lucard. Sino itong si Edmond Lucard? French criminologist established the world's first crime laboratory in Lyon, France. Itong si Edmond Lucard. Expounded Dr. Gross. Okay, di ba si Hans Gross? The father of criminalistics. Di ba? May theory si Dr. Gross na stating that when the two objects come into contact with one another, they leave traces of each other behind, di ba? There is always something left behind at the crime scene. So, siya yung gumawa nitong principles na pag may crime or may contact between two person or object ba sa crime scene, siyempre, may mga evidence talaga or mga items na may iwan when they are contacting for each other, di ba? When there is contact between two objects or a person or to another person, so may principle si Dr. Gross na kinuha ni Edmond Lucard na may maiwan talaga na trace, di ba? So, Edmond Lucard, siya, gumawa din siya ng Lucard's Exchange Principle. So, ito si Edmond Lucard. Which modern forensic organization owes its theoretical foundation. So, dito kinuha ng mga forensic organizations itong theory na to. Di ba? Itong Lucard's Exchange Principles. Dito naman tayo kay Sir William Atcherley. He was a chief constable of West Riding, Yorkshire. He pioneered the recording of modus operandi. So, siya yung nag-pioneer sa pag-record ng modus operandi files as investigative aids, di ba? That can be used to identify criminals or criminal syndicates, di ba? By identifying the manner of commission, di ba? So, malalaman nila ito sa modus operandi, the time of the crime, anong crime ginagawa, anong time ginagawa ang crime. So, ito yung modus operandi. Dito naman tayo kay Thomas Branch. He discovered that modus operandi do not remain the same and it changes as the career progression of the criminal changes, di ba? So, after na introduce ni Llewellyn Atcherley, yung sinabi ko kanina, itong modus operandi to for the identification of criminals and the manner of committing a crime. So, ito naman si Thomas Branch, itong personality na ito, he discovered that modus operandi, meaning na evolve siya, do not remain the same and it changes as the career progression of the criminal changes. So, yung gusto niyang ipahiwatig dito is that hindi nag-remain ang manner of committing a crime ng mga criminals sa ganyan lamang na mga action or mga activity. Sinabi niya na it changes when the career progression of criminal changes. So, meaning, if marami na silang pera, yung mga criminal, marami ng pera, or nag-advance na sila through technologies, so, nag-change din yung modus operandi. So, ito si Thomas Branch. So, he instituted the Bull Mary Morning Street Parade, a practice where captured criminals, so yung mga naarestong kriminal, are paraded in front of the police force. So siya yung pinakaunang naka-initiate nito. Parang trial by publicity. So yung mga criminals, pag nahuli, nagpaparade sila sa labas. So ito yung na-contribute ni Thomas Bynes. So ginawa niya itong street parade, and in order that ma-identify na ng mga law enforcement agencies nung una na itong mga taong ito, sila yung nagko-commit ng ganitong modus operandi. So ito naman tayo kang Alphonse Bertillon. Punta tayo kay Alphonse Bertillon. So sino itong si Alphonse Bertillon? Itong si Alphonse Bertillon, siya yung father of personal identification. So who framed anthropometry, the individualization of person based on body measurements. So ito siya yung ang contribution niya ito is yung anthropometry or yung 11 key points, wherein ang body measurements ng isang tao is used for identification. So ma-identify daw yung body measurements, yung criminal through body measurements. So hindi lamang criminal, so yung tao mismo. For example, may patay at nagawa na nila ng body measurements or anthropometry. So ma-identify din daw ang tao through the 11 key points of body measurements. So ma-identify yung identity, personal identity ng tao. The supplemented the practice of descriptive words accompanying a sketch in order to identify criminals, also known as the portrait parley, di ba? So ma-identify ang criminals through a sketch known as portrait parley. So itong word na portrait parley comes from the word picture, meaning talking pictures. So through portrait parley, makikita mo directly kung sino yung taong yun. So ito yun. So itong methods ni Alphonse Bertillon, kahit siya pa yung tinawag na father of personal identification, noong lumabas yung William and Wish case, alam niyo ba yun, yung William and Wish case? So itong case na ito yung contributing case or nag-contribute na case na manullify or hindi matanggap ang theory or anthropometry ni Alphonse Bertillon. Kasi itong si Will and William West, magkapareho yung mukha nila, yung body measurements magkapareho. So dito na-nullify yung Alphonse Bertillon or anthropometry na identification of a person. So it will change. So yung personal identification napunta sa fingerprints or di ba? So na-nullify yung personal identification through anthropometry, then lumabas yung fingerprints. So dito ang fingerprints is one of the most important in criminal detection and investigation or criminalistics, di ba? Yung fingerprints to identify a person. So dito na alam natin yung William case, di ba? So dito yung nilify yung anthropometry. Dito tayo kang Jonathan Wild. Conceive a business of recovering stolen properties for a fee in England in the 17th century. Thief Curse, di ba? Arguably the world's first private detective. So siya yung ito yung contribution niya, the first private detective ni Jonathan Wild. So dito na-create yung bounty system, di ba? Papatungan ang ulo ng isang kriminal kapalit ng monetary funds or reward. So ito yon. Alan Pinkerton. Sino tong si Alan Pinkerton? He was a pioneer in non-government policing and private detective works in the US. So sa US, siya yung pioneer ng private detective works. So ito yon. Came to know as Private Eye. Among the famous cases involved Harry Sundance Kid. So ito yung mga famous case na solve ni Alan Pinkerton. So August Vollmer, sino itong si August Vollmer? Served as an army sergeant in the Philippines during the Spanish-American. So nandito siya sa atin sa Pilipinas. Then and become army policeman who oversaw the integration of former Guardia Civil into the new Insular Constabulary. So after the Guardia Civil, ginawa niyang Insular Constabulary. So his experience in the Philippines convinced him of the need to professionalize policing. So dito na involved. So ito yung contribution niya to professionalize policing and shield it from politics, di ba? He reluctantly accepted the position of Marshal of Berkeley, California when a post was commissioned in order to respond to a train derailing incident, and it was then that his innovative approach to policing began to recognize. So ito na-recognize yung innovative approach ng policing ni August Vollmer. So, next is itong si Edgar Hoover, Director of the Federal Bureau of Investigation. So, director siya sa FBI. His efforts to centralize information on fugitives, criminal activity, organized crime, fingerprints, etc. led to the further development of criminal investigation. So, ito yung contribution niya. So, gumawa siya ng centralized information. So, dito na i-evolve yung mga centralized information na nakuha ng mga law enforcement officer or investigator. So, na-organize na yung mga identification of different crimes dito. So, last but not the least is si Dr. Hans Gross. So, early contributors din ditong si Dr. Hans Gross, the father of the criminalistics. Diba? He published a book entitled Modern Criminal Investigation. So, siya yung nag-publish nito. Siya rin yung nagsabi na criminal investigation is 95% perspiration, 3% inspiration, then 2% luck. So, siya yung nagsabi nito, si Hans Gross. So, tapos na tayo sa second part. So, we'll proceed to third part after nitong video na to.